here we go. My stuff is also on the floor. I just realized I gotta pick that up. And I don't have water either. Maybe I'll go get water first. You can look at the courtroom. I mean, the lobby.
Okay.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Whew, okay. This is it. The big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh? What time did you wake up? 3 a.m. It's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. It's slow again. Oh my gosh. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice? Knew it. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out early today. Can I? Gee. It's at the fastest it can be. Alright, just please don't be too slow. Phoenix is blinking slowly. Somehow, that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy! Do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? It's probably Alita. Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope, guess again. That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. Or just give me another father. It's early morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, I see this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiala. I knew it! Your client's fiance. She's going to be at the witness? She's going to be a witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today. That much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there. Do not kill a puller? Yep, do not pull a killer out of your underwear, Trucy. I'm begging. Court is now in session for the trial of walkie-talkie. I forgot your voice again. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Court is now in session. Got it. Prosecution is warmed up. It's a sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than the other party, guilty of panty snatching, we find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Herr Judge. And today, I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon. The preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancée, Herr Judge. His partner for life. With no chance of parole. Very well, you may show the lucky lady to stand. Your name and occupation? Pauline. Pauline? Yeah. Alita Tiala. My occupation is future wife.
Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded. Underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution?
To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth.
Honesty, another admirable trait.
Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Waki Kitaki confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes.
The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Okay.
It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it.
So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family, then?
Yes. With regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms.
And the bullet that took the victim's life? Was it
fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrels that fired them, called rifling marks. Okay, what about ballistic markings? Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Okay.
Here we go. Oh, the ring is up there still. The family.
Hold it!
Hold it! That was the day of the murder, correct? Yes. Everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. Maybe. Hold on a minute. When Waki looked at his face went so pale. But of course, he had just found out he had a bullet in his chest. So, you were there at the time? Yes. Poor Waki. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus. Yeah, my entire system is going buggy. Okay. If only I could fix this. Yeah, Apollo's sweating very slowly. That must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but I perform without complaint. Waki's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. And of course that little bit of instability is so cute. Great. Now he sounds like a psychopath. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. Oops.
Hold it!
I'll teach him. So is it easy to take a pistol from the house? Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Waki's a special case, being the next in line. Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he is a bit spoiled. I hear you got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and chocolate gravestone. Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger.
A point here being that Waki had access to a pistol.
Okay. You already know what happened that night?
Hold it!
What happened? Meaning the murder. I tried to stop him, I really did. But Waki wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems.
The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss.
I believe you're the murderer. I just don't see how Waki could have done.
Hold it!
God. How can you say that for certain? How?
Objection!
Haired forehead. You will refrain from badgering the foreline. Foreline? Yeah, whatever. It was the defendant, Waki, was it, who took the pistol home. We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used the pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point?
He's the one that took the pistol home. Could someone else have used that pistol? I'm sure there was another person who could have used that pistol. I just can't think of who. I know who! Alita! Of course, he was the only one with access. Uh-oh. This is bad if I leave like this.
We may continue with the cross-examination.
Was there really no one else with access to that pistol? Someone else with family ties? Poor Miss Tiala. I can't imagine what it would be like to be in her position. I'm a little more concerned for her fiance. Why would you testify against him like this? Okay,
Hold it!
How can you say that for certain?
Objection!
Ding.
Third forehead. The foreline. Okay, wait a minute. Lee, I'm going to stop the streaming on Discord because it's making my entire computer run slowly. Yeah, so just head over to YouTube. Okay. We know this for a fact now. I think it seems like it's running a lot smoother. Yep.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used the pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? Okay, we're gonna do this. Save this, and then... I'm sorry, Alita, but I'm going to have to... Yeah. Based on her testimony, there was clearly one other person who had access to that pistol. What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was.
It could be the mom. Or Alita. Or... you. I really want to present Alita's profile, but... I don't know. Well, I did save, so... It was Clavier! He...
Take that!
Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiala. I was correct. Guys, I'm so good at this. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé? And killed a man in cold blood on his behalf? I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this? Like swallowing poison.
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance, for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder.
I'd hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I've evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim.
Take that!
That looks like a medical chart.
Found inside the safe at Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart.
What? Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on this chart?
That's what her face looked like. Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? Not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. My one little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at the clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love. That's flaws.
There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic.
Is it the sandals? I want to lose something here. I want to say her shoes. You found the stupid paper you need for homework? Shoes? These sandals, yes, were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Fräulein, yeah. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see our true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow.
Of course, things you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story.
Your sandals were found at the entrance to the clinic, which means you were on the which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's a little point in denying it.
Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day?
Okay. To shoot a guy. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always said a timid man. The doctor was always a timid man. Too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. Maybe that's her thing. Her touching her face is like her thing.
By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation?
He was timid. He was a timid small man. Oh my gosh, there's a fly. But I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense.
Yes, but there is still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
These sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals home too.
So why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals which you wore home by mistake. Actually, that's right. I mean, I didn't see that. That one's new. Grabbing her scarf. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin.
Oh, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other explanation. Yeah, forehead? What the? No fair. He's filling in the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin cross-examination. Okay.
Alright, Missy.
Hold it!
Around what time did you go to the clinic?
I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think.
And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year?
Of course it was. He wasn't the kind the bossy made friends with.
So why did you go to the clinic that day?
To shoot him.
Oops, excuse me.
Hold it!
Did you want Dr. Maractus to run away?
Well, after I failed to stop Walkie, I thought that the only other way to avoid the problem, that to be, whatever.
Couldn't you have called? Why go in person?
I called several times that evening, but no one was in.
The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This is proven by the mirror yesterday, yeah? He hit Mr. Wright.
I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor.
Hold it!
You mean that act of malpractice on Walkie, correct?
If he had just told Walkie the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, that operation was the start of this whole affair.
Oh, of course, if he told him, he might be erased by the Kitakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought.
I know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kitaki family.
He probably couldn't have even gone to the police even if he wanted to.
That's why I knew I had to warn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets.
No dark secrets, eh?
What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing.
She's hiding something, I know it. I must have evidence that proves it too.
You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend.
But then you'd be betraying Walkie, wouldn't you?
No, I did it for him. For us.
She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not commit such a crime, yeah?
I didn't want them to take Walkie away.
There's no way she went to the clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went, Apollo?
Trying to figure out what happened at that clinic, and fast. I have an idea.
If you knew Walkie... Okay, wait. Can I,
examine this bullet in any way possible?
Wow, it's all mushed!
That was one tough safe.
You know, looks kinda yummy.
Huh?
Like ice cream. Mmm, caramel.
You certainly have an active imagination, Trucy. That was it? I can't examine the ballistic markings?
Okay. Can I look at the gun, though?
Nope, okay.
You knew Walkie had the gun. No. Okay.
It's definitely not gonna be this, though. Should I just try it anyways?
Objection!
Yeah, it's not it. Okay. And this is when we save. Okay, you did go to the clinic first time in half a year since you quit in January. There's no record that you would visit earlier. Yeah. These were definitely worn by her. And the lamp. Okay. January, you went to warn him. You knew Walkie had the pistol. Doctor was too timid to make his own mistake. Except he didn't.
Objection!
Okay, still no. Okay.
Wonky had the pistol. The doctor was always timid, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would he have gone? He's not hiding, and you're not hiding any dark secrets.
Objection!
Okay, nope. So it's not that. I accidentally pressed save. Whoops, okay. Okay, don't do that again. Save. And do not do anything again, okay. You're not hiding any dark secrets. You wanted to tell me to be careful as an old friend.
Hold it!
I feel like it's the last statement. No, I gotta stop pressing space. I need to get to... this one. This is the one that I feel like I need to present something on. Sandals. Clinic. The lamp? Well, what does the lamp have to do with anything? I don't get it. Wow, look, it's broken. Yeah, and it is indeed. But, like, why? Why does it matter that it's broken? If he had the gun, okay. I don't know what to do. I'm telling him as an old friend. Walkie's chart. The lamp found at Mariah's clinic. Her sandals, her slippers. It would not be this.
Objection!
No. Load. Yes. I gotta think hard. Why else would you have gone? You're not hiding any dark secrets. Except I already did this, didn't I? Yeah. Bullet?
Objection!
No, not the bullet. Load. So it's not the bullet. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Do we have to press something again? Okay, let's press it all again.
Hold it!
What time did you go to the clinic?
Hold it!
Did you want Dr. Marax thrown away? He was out driving. Yeah, I did this.
Hold it!
Well... yeah, I've seen this before.
Hold it!
Here. No dark secrets? She's hiding something. I have evidence. Shoes? Her shoes?
Objection!
Nope. Okay. It's not the shoes. God, am I really stuck on this? This is stupid. You're not hiding any secrets. Okay, what about...
Objection!
No, not these shoes either. Okay, let me rethink this again. Why would she have gone? All you did was go to the clinic. Went to warn him. The doctor always was a timid guy because he was like weirdo. Why else would you have gone? You're not hiding any dark secrets. There's no way she went just to warn him. You know why she went Apollo? Time to figure out what really happened in that clinic and fast. Okay, but like... maybe it was to get... this? Because this was in the safe, right?
Objection!
Oh my god. Ugh! This chart was found inside the safe in the doctor's office. I forgot it was in his safe. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you?
Mind fitting me in?
Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad-haired doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filled this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation.
Interesting.
You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney. Oh. There it is again. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Huh? And what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it. I think it was her hand. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony, but we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo. With your eyes and your senses. Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony.
Hey guys, sorry, it's Ben's brother again.
It's just me. Why would I go to the clinic for half a year for an old chart?
It's not your life.
Yeah, I am live. Please in the comments. You can't. It's not a touch screen, bro. What are you doing, bro? Okay, do I press? Oop!
Hold it!
Hold it! But your signature was on this chart. So, what does it have to do with this case? If there's something in that chart to make me look bad, I would have dealt with it. The only one responsible for that chart is the presiding doctor, Dr. Maractus. She's hiding something. I can smell it? Apollo! I bet she's got a habit that gives it away. I just have to focus to find her nervous habits. It's time to give my bracelet a rub. What does that mean? Do I... Okay, what? Oh, Lee says hi. Are you in the chat, Clea? Is that you?
Yeah.
Wow, good job. Overwrite save spot. Yeah, I was stuck here for like 30 minutes almost.
Top notch, top notch, top notch, top notch.
Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-a-year-old chart? Okay, it wasn't that. Okay, let's do this on each of them. Oh, maybe it's this one, because I don't believe Walkie had the fucking pistol. I want to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. Okay, well, nothing strange is about that. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I have to warn him. Go to the clinic. Your hands? Your ring, maybe? Your hands don't really move. Well, she's not playing with a ring in this one. For a half-a-year-old chart. Ugh. I don't know. There it is! There it is! Oh my gosh! Wait. But okay, wait. There's she's playing with her ring. I saw it, I saw it. I saw it, she was playing with her ring. Why would I go to the clinic now? Okay. Maybe.
Gotcha!
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is so cool! Oh my god! Why would I go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart now? Wait, why would you go to... Why? Frick, this is Apollo! Why go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's quite clear, Miss Tiala, you have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. Wait, what? She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, would I have had 6 months to do something about it? Indeed. Huh? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. I'm gonna strike the killing blow with evidence. I'm gonna save. Miss Tiala, there's no... Oh, shoot, Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of the checkup, right?
Take that!
A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Huh? Oh, nothing. Why should I think anything? Oh? I think you're positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew that Walkie's chest x-ray would reveal. What Walkie's chest x-ray would reveal? A full half a year passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Okay, well. I did it, guys. That was so cool. That's all, Your Honor.
What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying?
I sensed it. I heard her inner melody. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. Oh, no more Fräulein. That's correct. She also said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic, but her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Okay then. Donk, donk, donk. Order! Order! I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Teddy was right about you. Wait.
Miss Tiala?
It's true, that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Walkie and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She said she hid the truth from us. This is clear. Yet, this is not clear. It is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony. Another bit more cross-examination.
I was so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left.
Hold it!
How did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. Who wouldn't be scared to learn that Kitaki was after them?
Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. We had a life-threatening situation just yesterday here in this courtroom.
Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to attack the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which I carried you back to your chambers. Sounds like the judge had quite a fright. Nothing happened in Dr. Maractus' office that day, huh? But what about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know. But we can't prove when it happened. Nor that Alita Tiala was in any way involved. Let's try putting up some evidence anyway. There's no way she went to the clinic just to warn him. You know why she went, Apollo? I'm gonna figure out what really happened in that clinic, and fast. I'm terrified of losing another life. I don't want to get down to 2. I know it's something here. I present. The bullet. We don't know when that happened. This lamp. We don't know when that happened either. Lamp?
Objection!
No. Okay. So not lamp. Not lamp. Maybe slipper? No. Maybe bullet. Bullet? Maybe it's bullet. Bullet.
Objection!
It is bullet. Hooray! Why is it bullet? Say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kinda like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Objection!
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? He's sweating. I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection!
But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? Ballistic markings? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. The marks on this bullet match the murder weapon. And that proves the firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, Herr Forehead.
Bring it left. How's the bullet have this better to man?
Analyzed. Good job, Your Honor. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Ballistic markings.
Well, seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position?
The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on the day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe, which contained a top-secret chart.
Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe?
Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala.
Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness?
Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and the bullet finally reached its destination?
What?
That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious, so she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune?
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Waki! Oh no, on behalf of Sweet Dolly, I object! You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man! Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita! I think you mean accuse? Same difference. Well, you can't have her, she's mine! It was me, I shot that doctor, me! He left me to die, so I left him to die too, in that park. Waki! Just cool down a second. You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll...
Miss Tiala?
I'm sorry, it's just... It's been so long since I laughed so hard. Something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby? The signature on that chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious, even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita. Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after? That's right. I wanted the money. Oh, wait. That's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done... should have done the wedding earlier. Oh, well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me? Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken walkies. You think he'd have mentioned that? No? All I've heard him say is, it was me, I shot him. Only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What? What point? Certainly, Fräulein wanted that chart. You assumed she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... Wouldn't she have taken the chart? You see? That chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. He's right. Clavier, you're gay? Yep.
Miss Tiala?
Yes.
It's clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus clinic on the day of the crime. She jumped out the window, yeah. Yes, I went to the clinic on that day to speak with the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him, so you don't even have proof that he stole the pistol, do you? That brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. Were you supposed to know that? That chart was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day.
But you couldn't get the chart then, could you?
She jumped out the window and then they came in. And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. That was you? Apollo! That sound, it came from behind this door. Someone's in there. A break-in! They left through that window. So you were the burglar. That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that.
And this is a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame the girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? This sounds familiar. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak with the doctor. I needed to.
Hold it!
With a gun, bro. Why that day? That brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And I would bring in the police, and that chart would become evidence, and I'd be hung out to dry. But the police didn't check the safe, did they? Well, they thought the crime scene was the park. I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah? I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it. Later? I mean, you went back later? When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after, the 16th, was it? Of course. That meddling kid had to get in my way. Your Honor, my client would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids.
Why did Dr. Maractus keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. Could have burned it.
Because he's a coward. That chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on that chart, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him. In any case, I didn't shoot him.
Hold it!
But you could have stolen it. Could have. Is this some definition of proof? We'll ask Walkie, he'll tell us.
Objection!
Might I remind you this is a cross-examination? You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself. He's right, isn't he?
Hold it!
Yeah, but, But what? You have nothing to say. This case is over. It was over that moment it was over the moment the brat was seen in the park. What's the point dragging it out any further? Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus shot in the temple.
Hold it!
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? We have to do the entire case again. If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Objection!
But the testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet would have hit his bed. Fuck. Silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast this morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken.
Objection!
But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Objection!
Then why don't you show us, Head Forehead? Show you? What? Must I explain everything? Very well. Let's recap. If the witness, Panty's guy, was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely laid out the facts for us. It's up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Aki Kitaki was standing the killer mark. Wesley Stickler was the witness mark. And of course, Palmeractus was at the victim mark. Unless they switched shoes.
Let's hear what the defense has to say.
Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? I don't know, because Alita had to be standing right here, like on the left of the victim. So that wouldn't make sense of how the bullet would enter there. He didn't shoot anyone. I swear he didn't shoot anyone. Someplace else? Okay. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Well, apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it.
Because Alita's thing...
Objection!
Oh. It's time to raise the roof! And the stakes. Huh. Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? What if they were a bit more terrifying? I like this guy. Oh, too. Like so.
Double penalty?
Third Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. I love Apollo Justice when Apollo Justice and Apollo Justice said it's Apollo Justice time and Apollo Justice everywhere. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted. There's only one place the killer could have been. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Take that!
I believe we owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We could have listened to him from the beginning. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction, and a shot was fired. The right temple.
Oh no.
Oh yes. It's justice time. Which direction was his right temple facing that moment? That's right, towards the noodle stand. Was she hiding in the noodle stand? That's crazy.
Order! So you're saying the killer was inside a noodle stand?
Objection!
Oh no, the video call is happening. Alright, 1 second. And let me just, Oh my god, okay. Jump scare, sorry if you weren't paying attention. Here we are, back again. Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand. Which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Well, welcome to Ace Attorney. You'll hear weirder things. I think if you notice I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in that stand. Oops. We could not have come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand? Well, too bad! I've got it right here. You decided to not finish your report? You're 70% done. Isn't it due tomorrow? Prove that someone was in the noodle stand. The slippers.
Take that!
The Maractus Clinic. And they say, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in the trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Oops. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is the proof that you were inside the noodle stand. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. The park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace in a cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? That's just dumb. One more thing. A noodle stand is just typically cluttered with tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there.
I have a good point. Could someone have hidden in that stand?
Apollo, I think I might be onto something. Huh? I think I've figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the sand, some things would have to be...
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand?
I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear that space in that stand. Bowl. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldoon's noodle stand.
Yes, what about it?
We discovered a large quantity of these bowls just yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic.
Large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's stand?
Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without the stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there, too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines.
I would like to remind the witness of her current status. The court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale.
That, in any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness has both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus.
More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale.
Then please, pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself.
This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand last night? And And what was Alita Tiala doing inside of it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting the chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. I believe I found her other nervous habit. You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brat got his health checkup report, and that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well, Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony.
This will be the final testimony.
Either I perceive the truth or it's over. Okay. I have a good idea of what the thing is. Probably not this one. It's this one. Got it. I got it. She's playing with her scarf.
Gotcha!
This is so cool. I love this part. All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Yeah, me too. Little slip of confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. You can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? I'm not a streamer. You have a habit of scratching the area around your neck or around the edge of this... whatever. What? This is working better than I'd hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that! I told you the truth! It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone's trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim at Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. The lamp? I don't know. God, here we go. What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken. There's a red splotch on the cord. Did you get cut by the lamp? Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spill it out. This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Tiala. Please remove your scarf. Okay, well, I guess I got her.
Objection!
This is a trial to determine what happened in that park, yet we seem to have drifted off target. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove...
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No! Oops, I just hit my desk. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Your neck. He tried to choke her out with the freaking cord? That isn't
Your neck. This is what I think it is.
Something did happen that night at the Maractus Clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it.
But wait. Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened.
Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened at the night of the Maractus Clinic. Okay.
Order! 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 Will someone please tell me what really happened?
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. Your scarf. Oh. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my client's seen past its last patients. Whatever, clinic scene its last... We have to get rid of that charge. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. Second save your own skin? What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. If they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I want some company. You. And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. I knew it. Maractus was serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. And then he put you in the noodle cart? Clavier, do something different.
So, you were the victim.
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I knew it. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claimed that I snuck into that noodle stand. But how could I? He put you in there.
Well, one thing is clear. We know what really happened in the Maractus Clinic. It seemed that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility even for the given day, that's true. Yet if you're also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala.
When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this...
Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now, we rock. What? Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way?
Prosecutor Gavin.
Val Maractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right, there is more we don't know. She was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala, half dead. Dr. Maractus pulling at stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Me? Fräulein, I only wish to know the truth. I love Ace Attorney lawyers that say that. I'm doing this for the truth. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for the truth. Let's go back over what we've learned up until now. They go through the entire trial again. On the day of the murder, Wagi saw this checkup report. from which he learned about the bullet still inside him, so he took a pistol from the family stash with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about all this from Walkie, so he went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him in order to get rid of the chart with their signature. But then something happened. Sounds like he figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. What about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be a problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala, perhaps he thought, to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. In the state of his clinic, the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, head for head? Care to guess?
Mr. Justice? What did Dr. Maractus do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Oh my gosh, do I have evidence? Show what he did next? The noodle stand. No? The noodle stand. Yes. As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the Bulls clinics in the foyer? In the Bulls in the clinic's foyer? Foyer? Whatever. Bowls that belonged inside the stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? The stand was at the clinic, however, the question is why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place.
Wait, you don't mean...
I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala! My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he killed you. His next move was to be dispose of the body. Does he not know how to take pulses? He's a doctor, isn't he? That's crazy talk! You're all crazy! Crazy? I was crazy once. Oh my god, don't start with it.
Objection!
Then let's think about it logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there... Oh, he wanted to put her in the river! Who should run into them but the defendant, Walkie Kitaki? I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head into that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What?
Apparently, the defense has an idea. That's where Dr. Maractus was heading with this stand.
He was going to the river. Here. The river.
There? That's a river.
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. The perfect place to dispose of a body. He was going to throw me into that river? He didn't have many other options, Fräulein. I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Strickler of panty-snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant... So, I shot him? You're the only one who could have stolen Walkie's pistol. It had to be you! Or maybe she said it like, I shot him? Oh, Miss Tiala? Nice work. You mean I'm right? No, your name is Justice, isn't it? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming! Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts! If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Where of what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
It's true, Prosecutor Gavin.
Must I always be the one to point out Herr Forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. I believe Fräulein speaks for herself. Speaks of Herr Doctor's car. His car? That's right. The Maractus Clinic has that big garage.
Which that a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. And so we find our victim with a probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case. I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. What an excellent counter-argument, Fräulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right. That night, because he ran over Phoenix, that car hit Mr. Wright. How was that? The car that hit Mr. Wright was a green sports car.
Oh yes, I nearly forgotten about it.
Afterwards, he drove it back to the garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car, A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No. No! I miss Ryunosuke slamming himself against the wall. I just find it so funny, and when these guys do it, it's... Wait, what? I'm waiting. He didn't, like, in case there was a witness, he didn't want the car to be seen or something? Yeah, you can explain it here. Let's hear your theory. It's just a game theory. This is Klavier's theme. I really like it. Cause student dude shoved the underpants in. Oh! Oh my god! You're so right! And because Clavier was like, you shove something in the exhaust, it won't work. Oh my god, you're so right!
Why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body?
Is that a groan of surrender? Sorry, is that a groan of surrender I hear? Some advice? Now's a good time to reveal all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned?
Mr. Justice, a contradiction casts doubt in your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain what happened.
The car didn't run. I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Ha! Now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together, and the explanation is simple.
But so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence, show some proof that the car didn't run that night.
Take that!
I'm so sorry, Trucy.
Let's see now. Pansies? Again?
All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. Trucy. You know, true. See. Another crime was committed at the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage. What? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them?
Why? Weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe?
Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. It's a clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad. It looks like it's such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it would break just from that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. How interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage, From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of. Well, Miss Tiala? This wraps up your doubts quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where am I? It's so dark, I can't see. Cramped. The pain. My throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc. You know what you did. Huh? Walkie? You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, old man. Wait, let me explain. Fine. I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me. No! He'll ruin everything! I have to stop him. Cease this at once, you two! He goes. Clavier, please stop snapping. It's my version of clapping. Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well. Too bad.
There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. My bad. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you. Well, you can't just ask for a defense attorney and expect him to not defend. What?
I believe today we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Lita Tiala doing?
She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now.
Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost.
I think he already knew. Figured out she was the killer a while ago. Oh, I love when prosecutors do that! This is why Edgeworth after Ace Attorney 1 and Barrick Van Zeeks are great. I love them. And now Clavier's added to the list, guys. Woohoo! Some advice, now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. You lost. But I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter, head or forehead?
Looks like it's time to announce the verdict. Not guilty!
Oh god, he got his hands in his back pockets. While you're back. Clavier, why can't I see your stomach? Please, button up your shirt properly.
Court is adjourned! Get out of here!
Great job, Apollo. You did it!
Yeah, we did. Somehow.
Walkie's off the hook. Free to become a gangster he's always wanted to be.
We're staring into each other's eyes longingly. Hey, attorney man! You're gonna pay for what you did to Myelita Holmes!
Or to blame, I guess.
You give Myelita back, stupid pointy-headed attorney with a death wish! Enough, Walkie. Oh, enough, Walkie. Whoops. Ah, Mr. Kitaki. It's high time you open your eyes, Walkie. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you open yours. Giving up the life, trying to come to some businessman. Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie.
I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out.
If not in jail, it wouldn't be... If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Hey, maybe we can help them out. You know why Mr. Kitaki needs to make so much money? Maybe we should tell Walkie.
Oh, Waki, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh? At who? Better put me on the spot. What's that? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kitaki trying to become a businessman? Because he needs the operation? I don't know. Think about it, Waki. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you? I searched the globe, and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Waki. But it's an expensive procedure. Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It's the gangster life that did this to you, Waki. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Oh, is he crying? That was his eyebrows the entire time?! What?! What?! Plot twist of the century! Please understand, Waki. Dad. Man, I see how it is, old man. Always looking out for... Waki? Listen good, old man! One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide it in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. My Waki. No, it says it should be. Mr. Kitaki. I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to meet you. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words. But I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Who, me? I don't think... Someday. I bake you one of our latest Kitaki lime pie. He's opening a pie shop? So long. That was crazy. I thought that were his eyes, bro. His eyes were just like clouded in the shadow. And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Huh, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. But this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Apollo, where are your parents? Though I can't say I care much for what her father's become. Oh, that's right. You have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Why, to claim a reward from Mr. Aldoon. Ah, salty noodles. Right. You got a stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. I'm scared. The next one has Clavier all over it. Ooh, I got an achievement. Yay! The next one has Clavier in this. I think it's called Turnabout Serenade. Who knows? This one I'm worried for. Because it has Phoenix, like, right on the page. He's right there, and he's staring me dead in the eyes. But I don't know what any of these ones are called. Edgeworth! Oh my god! Edgeworth! Oh my god! Edgeworth! You want to read Clip Holofix, but spoilers. Edgeworth! Edgeworth's in this! Oh my god! Okay, in order to avoid spoilers, let me do this real quick. Let's make it you. Yeah. So I don't get any spoilers. Nope, I don't. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. This is such a cool menu. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam. That's when I know the courtroom is balling. You know, the courtroom is balling is my favorite freaking video ever. It's so funny. I need to show you that video. I gotta show you that video. Here, let me get that video up. Ding 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 The courtroom's bawling. It's such a funny video. There's a Ryunosuke and Sholmes mention.
The idea of having one stream of income just didn't sit well.
This guy. It seems your pea brain was smarter than I thought, Sykes Dona. He's Japanese too. Did you think you can make such remarks without any evidence? This guy? Okay. I know he's a prosecutor. I don't know what happened or why he has chains on. He's right. I don't have any evidence. I'm not even sure my client is actually innocent. Oops. Seems after all this time, you are just an amateur lawyer at the end of the day. It's true that there is no way, but still. If Mr. Wright has taught me anything, it's that I have to bluff my way out of this. And there's only one word I can say to do it.
Silence.
There's no use fighting back now. This case is sealed and shut.
Objection!
Objection! Oh, her voice is higher than I thought. This is where it's come from. Follow your heart, come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam. Apollo! Look at him in 3D, it's weird. Oh, he's 2D. Sholmes! Look at him! Sholmes mentioned! Sholmes mentioned! Look! Look! Watch! It's my favorite sprite of him too. It's time to stand down. It's such a... Yeah, the 3D looks interesting. This is before I get there, so... Turn it up! I have this video! Well, that was of no help, but now I know the defense do be bawling. Wait. You can't possibly tell me that the prosecution is also... No way! Edgeworth! This is so stupid. Oh. Yes, he's 2D again. Javier. Ew, ew, ew! Investigation. Burn it up. You're so concerned? Keep watching. Look, Ryunosuke's in here. He's gonna appear somewhere. Ryunosuke appears. Here, there he is! You can see him! Ryunosuke! Look! to the jail. Come on and sing. Ryunosuke, he's back! Ryunosuke! There's too many prosecutors to... Miles is he's really vibing there, isn't he? Now that's what I call putting the court in session.
Whatever that just happened was is highly inappropriate. I remind you all that we are in a court of law, and this is...
Your Honor, don't you mean court of ball as in basketball?
Both of you get out of my goddamn courtroom!
Okay. I can't wait to voice Phoenix again. I love voicing that guy. He was so fun. I loved voicing Phoenix. Oh, my prized possessions. Like, yeah. My prized possessions: Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. If only you were a trilogy. If only you were a trilogy.